The stage is set for one of the most pivotal economic negotiations in recent history. President Donald Trump and his team are preparing to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping in South Korea for a high-stakes summit that could reshape global trade, technology, and diplomacy. Markets are already reacting. U.S. stocks are up, optimism is growing, and talk of a deal framework between the world's two largest economies has sparked cautious excitement. But beneath the surface, one question looms large. What will China demand in return? Welcome to Shadow Report, where we dive deep into the stories behind the headlines. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay with us till the end, because this deal could define the next decade of global power. Chapter 1. The Promise of a Deal. President Trump's team has spent the last few days teasing what they call a framework for a trade deal with China. According to Trump, the agreement is nearly ready and could be finalized during his upcoming summit with Xi Jinping in South Korea. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent confirmed that the two sides are close to an understanding on key issues, including rare earth exports and U.S. soybean purchases. These talks come after months of escalating tariffs and counter-tariffs that have rattled global markets. For Trump, securing a breakthrough could provide both an economic and political victory, reinforcing his reputation as the ultimate dealmaker. For Beijing, it could ease international pressure while regaining some leverage in an increasingly hostile trade environment. Chapter 2. The Big Questions. What does China want? While Washington has been vocal about its expectations, Beijing has remained strategically silent. The Chinese government has acknowledged progress but offered few details. Experts suggest China's demands are likely to include reductions in U.S. tariffs, relaxation of semiconductor export controls, and greater access to American technology markets. Others speculate Beijing could seek concessions on TikTok, which has become a symbol of U.S.-China tech tensions. Trade lawyer Ted Murphy summarized it perfectly. For China's part, we expect that they will drive a tough bargain. Stay tuned. The message is clear. While Trump may be seeking quick victories, China will play the long game. Chapter 3. The U.S. offer, rare earths and soybeans. At the center of the proposed framework are two highly sensitive sectors: rare earth minerals and soybeans. China currently dominates global rare earth production, materials critical for manufacturing smartphones, EVs, and defense technologies. Earlier this year, Beijing imposed strict export controls, threatening U.S. industries dependent on these elements. Now, Trump's team is suggesting that China may delay these controls for a year, a major win for American manufacturers. In return, the U.S. is offering to lift some triple-digit tariffs and finalize the stalled TikTok ownership deal, a move beneficial for both sides. Trump also wants China to resume massive soybean purchases, a key political issue as it directly affects American farmers, one of his strongest voter bases. Chapter 4. Fentanyl and port fees. Small steps, big symbols. In addition to trade goods, Trump's administration has tied the negotiations to drug enforcement and shipping policies. The president told reporters that he expects to lower fentanyl-related tariffs, currently set at 20%. If China commits to curbing the export of fentanyl precursor chemicals, which fuel America's deadly opioid crisis. I believe they're going to help us with the fentanyl situation, Trump said. They're going to be doing what they can do. Trump also hinted at easing port fees and shipping restrictions, measures that could help stabilize supply chains hit by recent U.S.-China tensions. These smaller steps may seem symbolic, but they reflect a broader theme of de-escalation, a return to negotiation over confrontation. Chapter 5. The Semiconductor Battle. One of the most critical and contentious issues is the semiconductor war. The U.S. has imposed severe export controls on advanced chips and manufacturing equipment, citing national security concerns. These restrictions have crippled parts of China's tech sector, and Beijing has made it clear that lifting or loosening these controls is a top priority. Analyst Ed Mills from Raymond James warned that this issue could dominate the talks. We continue to expect a window of opportunity for negotiated reductions in U.S. tech restrictions on leading-edge semiconductors. If Trump offers any compromise here, it could be seen as a monumental concession. one that reshapes not only trade but also global technological power dynamics. Chapter 6. The Geopolitical Stakes. Beyond economics, the Trump-Xi meeting carries enormous geopolitical weight. China's growing partnerships with Russia, Iran, and other U.S. adversaries have alarmed Washington. Meanwhile, Trump's administration has used economic pressure to counter Beijing's influence across Asia and Africa. A breakthrough deal could cool tensions, but it could also be a tactical pause. Many experts believe both leaders are seeking temporary stability ahead of domestic political milestones. Trump's midterm campaigns and Xi's continued consolidation of power in Beijing. This is not just about trade, it's about who sets the rules of the 21st century global order. Chapter 7. Investor Reaction and Global Markets. Financial markets have already started to respond to the optimism surrounding the potential deal. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose nearly 2%, while Asian markets rallied overnight. Investors see even a temporary truce as a sign of hope. Gold prices dropped slightly while the US dollar stabilized, signaling confidence in short-term economic calm. However, analysts caution that markets are hypersensitive to headlines. If talks break down, volatility could return instantly. Economist Lisa Chang noted, "Markets are trading on emotion right now. One positive statement from Trump boosts confidence. One harsh reply from Beijing, and the optimism evaporates." Chapter 8. The Road Ahead. Deal or Delay. As the summit approaches, both sides are walking a fine line. Trump wants a deal that proves his America First strategy works. Xi, on the other hand, wants to show that China won't bow under U.S. pressure. Whether they reach a deal or simply agree to keep talking, the world will be watching closely. Trade lawyer Ted Murphy put it best. Whatever happens, it's clear that both sides need something. The question is, who's willing to give up more? As the details unfold, Shadow Report will continue tracking every twist and turn of this geopolitical chess match. The stakes couldn't be higher. From rare earth minerals to semiconductors, from soybeans to fentanyl, every issue on the table carries the weight of global consequence. Will Trump and Xi deliver a genuine breakthrough, or will this deal framework collapse under competing ambitions? We'll find out soon. Thanks for watching Shadow Report. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video if you want to stay ahead of the global power game. The truth is in the shadows, and that's where we report from.